Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Meaningful Moments, Parental Perspective. I hope this message finds all of you well, and I'm so happy to be with you again this morning. Thank you for taking the time to take care of you. This morning, after much research, I understand that something phenomenal has happened. What is that, you ask? Well, during this time, rare and precious objects have been discovered. These objects are solid. They seem to be increasing in value with every second. They've truly become a must-have, and they are involved with every success story that you've probably heard about. These special objects are you. You are those rare and precious items. And when I think of it, there's only one appropriate word to call you, and that's a gem. You are gems. Today, our G is going to represent growth. Our E is going to represent essential. Our M is representing majestic, and our S is representing sufficient. G for growth. Growth is defined as the act or process or a manner of growing development with gradual increases. I think you would agree with me that this time has been a time of growth. We have had to adjust and increase our knowledge in so many different areas. You probably can now be awarded a technical certificate based on how much technology you've had to embrace. No doubt, you've had to identify ways to stay connected and communicating with friends and family. So our interpersonal and communication skills have increased significantly in response to this current time. You have grown. You have experienced growth. And as a result, we specifically declare that this is not the same you. The way that you entered into this time will not be the way that you exited. Rather, you are leaving with strategies, skills, experiences, and the effort you need to plummet you into your next role of greatness. Congratulations for all the things that you've allowed to shape you and to grow you. Not only have your children grown, but you've grown along with them. Your growth, this process, this act, has now resulted in you being the next version of you, with all the greatness that came before and all the experience that now has been added. And as a result of that, you are now a foundation. Do you not know that your family is going to be able to build on the strength that you have exercised and shown during this time? Maybe you didn't know your capacity for greatness prior to being asked to utilize it. But now we know, without a shadow of a doubt, that you are the foundation. Your family can count on you to build in times of crisis, concern, or just not normal. You have all the ingredients, the preciousness, the rare attributes that make building necessary. And you shall be a foundation for not only today, but for tomorrow, for your generations to come. And everyone that is connected to you now has the benefit of having solid gems in their life. You have grown. You have become a foundation. And you have now transformed into the new you. E, essential. By definition, this word means a thing that is absolutely necessary or indispensable. During this time of pandemic, you've heard reference to essential very often. Those were the only people who were unable to be quarantined or who were unable to be banished to their homes because they were essential. They were needed. What they had to offer and what they had to give could not be replicated or duplicated by any other position. Theirs held essentialness for the next day after that, and as we can see, the next month after that. Well, this morning, I wanted to remind you that you are essential as well. You are so essential to your family that we can't go on without you. I don't know if you've been troubled by feelings of wanting to just stop, to give up, to give out, that frustration or lack of knowledge in certain areas has made you feel like maybe it's just not going to happen. Well, this morning, I want to remind you that you have all the essential ingredients that you need. You are essential. And because of that, you will go on. Your family will survive, and they will thrive in this time. You are absolutely necessary. And I don't know when is the last time someone has stopped to share that with you. Or when is the last time that you stopped to remind yourself? You are essential. What you have is indispensable. Whether it's your love, your caring, whether it's your patience, whether it's your joy, your contagious smile, or just your effort and dedication to make sure your family and your friends and all those that depend on you for foundation are okay. You are indispensable. And now you are the thread, the connecting element. You are helping to keep it together. You are the reason why some others haven't unraveled. Your presence and your stick-to-itiveness has led to your family and your home. For some of you, your business and your friends being able to survive and thrive during this time. As people look back, especially as your children look back, and they think about how they survived this time, you will be at the apex of that definition because you're essential. You are a gem. You are something that knows how to withstand. And as a result of that, you have made sure that those connected to you did too. You are essential. M is one of my favorites. It's for majestic. Majestic is defined as having or showing impressive beauty or dignity. Impressive beauty or dignity. You have been impressive during this time. You've made areas, opportunities, challenges, maybe struggles seem easy. You have been a thing of beauty. I believe the phrase is grace under pressure. You have made it look doable. You are a shining gem that is giving light to everyone who is watching you in this journey. And there's one thing to get through a situation. It is one thing to survive through a situation. But is it another thing to look majestic while doing so? As a result of you keeping your head up and maintaining your smile, your children are being encouraged that the sky is the limit. When we think of the word majestic, we attribute it to wonderful things that we can't describe how they've become. You are majestic. And therefore, kudos are in order. I'd like to take this moment to say congratulations for how well you've represented. Congratulations for the fact that you've continually shown up. Congratulations for how easy you make it look. Whether you are a parent of one or a parent of a tribe, we congratulate you for the majesty in which you have carried this role. In these uncertain times, you've made it look like you were trained and prepared. You've made it look like this was nothing alarming. You have been majestic in your talk, majestic in your walk, and majestic in your representation. As a result of this, who you are is shining through where you are. Sometimes we become discouraged because of what situation we are in. But because of how majestic you are, that is the thing that is being seen. The way you are carrying yourself, the way you are representing your family. And majestic is contagious. It becomes a trend. You are inspiring those around you to embrace a can-do-it attitude and to walk with pride and confidence even into these times and days of uncertainty. Because you make the walk look beautiful. You are making the struggle seem doable. You are making graceful be redefined. You are majestic. You are a thing of awe. And as we look at you, we don't see what you're going through. We don't see where you are. We see who you are shining through and encouraging us that who we are is enough to make it through where we are. You are majestic. You are a thing of beauty. You are a gem. S, sufficient. As I added this word to your definition, Webster's provided me that sufficient means enough to meet the needs of a situation or a proposed end with sufficient provision. It's qualified and competent. And maybe in week 1, maybe on day 2, maybe even at the start of week 2, you wondered, how can I do this? How can I handle this? I'm not sure I can make it through this. But not only can you, you have. And the reason why is because you are sufficient. You are all that your family ever needed to maintain, to hold together, to progress, to accomplish, and yes, even in these times, to survive. You are sufficient with the capability to be the best teacher. And as we celebrate in Las Vegas Teachers Week, you can add your name to the roll. You have the credentials to be a planner, the credentials to be a financial manager, the credentials to run a restaurant, or maybe you call it a soup kitchen. We already knew you were credentialed as a wonderful parent. But as we look back on all the things you've done and all the things you've become, especially during this time, we can only arrive at the statement that you are sufficient. Your sufficiency has spilled over into the lives of your family. You have ensured that during this time, we have each other, so we have all that we need. Together we are strength. We are pillars that when we unite, we won't fall down. You are sufficient. You will ensure that the sufficient end and the expected outcome will arrive. And it's because you're a gem. So I want to remind you, you got this. There's no way that we can question if you can handle the future when we take a glance back at your expertise in navigating the past. Your record serves you well, and we have been privileged to watch you shine. We have been privileged to watch you soar. You have convinced us that the things that this world tells us we need are not in comparison to the things we already possess, which are the truth of what is needed for survival. You have been transformed into exactly what they needed. And this week, I want to give you liberty to fill in the blank for who they is. For some of you, they are the children. They are your family. They might be your coworkers. They might be your friends. But whoever they are benefited from the wonder of being connected to such a gem. You are sufficient. You are all-encompassing. And as a result of that, you have all that you need to get to where you need to go. Even in this time of pandemic, you have what you need to become who you need to be. And there is no quarantine, there is no restriction that is going to be able to put out that fire. You are a gem. Precious stones are made and even more defined by the amount of heat and intensity they can endure. I know this past few weeks may not have been what you planned for, but the heat and the intensity of what you've experienced has only confirmed what a precious gem you are. In having to watch and understand, having to possibly muddle through areas that you had never been exposed to, that intensity has forced you into taking your rightful place as a gem. No longer will you be able to doubt your ability or doubt the fact that you can do this. Why? Because you have, and you've done it well. G, you have grown, and celebrate that growth. Sometimes growth means letting go of things that are holding you back. Just like teeth that are stopping your permanent teeth. Baby teeth are pulled to make room for growth. You might have been pulled in different directions and stretched in ways you didn't know you could go. But it's all reflecting your growth and all confirming what we knew. You are now the foundation. Because you are standing, others can build. Your children, your family, your friends are looking at you with pride because you have confirmed that all is not lost and that we have an opportunity to go forward from here. E, you are essential. And that's why you have to keep showing up. I know sometimes we get discouraged and sometimes we feel like throwing in the towel, but you are essential and we can't go on without you. You are literally the thread that is keeping us connected. So I want you to gather yourself. Take a deep breath. Wipe your eyes. Stand up straight. Throw back those shoulders and remember how essential you are. Remember that none of this makes any sense without you. None of this goes anywhere without you. None of this could be maintained without you. You are a gem, and you are affecting all of our accomplishments. M, you are majestic. And so, as you are going through these days, don't allow anything to take you out of your majestic stand. Majesty is something you don't take on and off. Rather, you walk in it with pride, with your head lifted high and confident as your crown. You are beautiful. You are impressive even. The dignity and the beauty by which you are carrying yourself during this time is an example to all. We see you shining through what you're going through, and it's an inspiration to every one of us. Continue to shine. Walk in majesty, because you are a gem, tried and confirmed. S, you are sufficient. You are enough today. You are enough tomorrow. You are all that is needed. As you come together with other gems, you make a beautiful picture of the fact that we shine. Gems allow light to come through them and reflect in a way that everyone benefits. You've transformed into exactly what every day in your life needed, including you. You are sufficient. You have everything in you that we need and that you need to survive, to maintain, and even to transcend. So today, I leave you with this quote. A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trial. A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials. The things that you have experienced, made it through, have only polished and confirmed how precious you are. You are a gem. You are shining bright. You are a foundation, and you are majestic. Thank you for allowing everything that you are to affect the beauty of everything we are. So as you go through today, and the remainder of this week. Walk as the precious person that you are. Surround yourself with other gems and allow each other's light to bounce off of each other. You are enough. You have grown. You are majestic, and you are essential. Thank you for being a gem in our life. And may the rest of this week reflect your brilliance. Thank you.